What's good, fam? It's your boy Healthy Habitat, and today we're diving deep into something that's been a serious game changer in my life: ADHD medication. You're ready for the realest transformation story of your life? Stick with me, cause by the end of this video, you're either gonna wanna thank science or low-key question why you didn't jump on this earlier. No cap. Alright, let's keep it 100, ADHD ain't no joke. You know that feeling when you walk into a room and forget why you're there? Now imagine that's your whole life. ADHD, for those who don't know, stands for Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder, but the real MVPs like to call it a daydream, disorder. It's basically when your brain is on shuffle mode but with no DJ to stop the random switches. What is ADHD? Breaking it down, ADHD affects millions, and I'm talking globally, not just your cousin down the street who zones out mid-conversation. The three key ingredients in this spicy little disorder: inattention, hyperactivity, and impulsivity. Basically, imagine a squirrel drinking 3 Red Bulls while trying to focus on taxes. That's what life is like for people with ADHD. Some of us can barely focus on an episode of The Office, let alone get through a workday without feeling like we just ran a mental marathon. But wait, you probably got questions, like, for real, is ADHD even that serious? Let me tell you, yes it is. This ain't just about being a little distracted. ADHD affects how people focus, get things done, and even how they handle emotions. You know that classic yo-yo effect where you're trying to be productive, but somehow you end up binge-watching videos on why cheese tastes better when melted? That's ADHD in a nutshell, and yeah, it can lead to anxiety, frustration, and that lovely feeling of low self-esteem. Ever been mad at yourself for doing absolutely nothing? That's ADHD, my friend. Before meds, aka life in chaos mode, let me hit you all with some stories to keep it relatable. Picture this: Emma, a college student, low-key procrastinator of the year. This girl could stare at a blank Word document for hours, knowing full well her essay was due in 5 minutes. Last-minute cram sessions became her best friend, and sleepless nights became her normal. We all know someone like Emma, right? But wait, what's the big deal with procrastinating? Doesn't everybody do that? Yeah, sure. But imagine procrastinating is your default setting, like your brain legit can't start until the fire is already burning. Emma wasn't just lazy, her brain was fighting against her. It's not, oh, I'll do it later, it's I physically can't even begin to think about doing this right now. Then we got Alex, homie can't sit still to save his life. In meetings, he'd be up, down, pacing around, grabbing snacks like the buffet was open. Everyone else is taking notes, and this man's main focus is figuring out which vending machine snack will hit the spot. You think that's bad? Imagine being the person who's distracting everybody else but feels bad about it. Alex was caught in a loop of I need to stop, but I can't stop. And Sarah? She's a mom trying to run a household like a boss, but ADHD had her feeling like she was running a 3-ring circus instead. Missed appointments, forgotten chores, schedules that might as well have been written in invisible ink. She was drowning. The guilt? On level 10. Feeling like she was failing her family every day, when in reality, her brain was making her fight a battle she didn't sign up for. Finally, we got my man Jack. Jack's a gamer, but ADHD was making sure he couldn't even level up in real life, let alone in the game. Zoning out mid-session, making careless mistakes that had his squad looking at him like, bruh, you good. He was terrified of joining new gaming communities because the last thing he wanted was to be that guy. When medication enters the chat, so what happens when you finally get your hands on that ADHD medication? It's like flipping a switch in a power outage. Don't get it twisted though, This ain't some magical fix where you pop a pill, and suddenly you're out here solving world hunger. Nah, it's more like a superhero discovering their powers, and learning how to use them without accidentally wrecking everything. Let me tell you about that before and after glow up. Emma, my girl, finally got it together. With medication, she wasn't staring at that Word doc anymore, she was crushing those assignments. Y'all ever felt like your brain's working at 5% battery? Well, Emma found her charger, and suddenly she's pulling all-nighters, but not for cramming, she's working ahead. Yup, she got so ahead of the game, she made it to graduation with honors. Tell me that's not a flex. Alex. My man Alex finally sat still. Not just in his meetings but in life. He stopped feeling like the class clown at work, and his productivity skyrocketed. Promotions started coming through, and it wasn't long before he was getting them bonuses. Who would have thought a little peace and quiet would lead to that paper? Sarah. Oh, she's out here running her household like a CEO, and guess what? She even started her own business. ADHD used to have her feeling like she was juggling flaming swords, but now she's handling schedules and responsibilities like a boss. And Jack. My dude Jack went from being the weak link to the MVP in gaming tournaments, raking in sponsorships. ADHD didn't just stop him, it pushed him to focus better, react faster, and win big. But wait, is medication the only way? What if I don't want to take meds? Listen, medication is just one piece of the puzzle. It's not for everyone, and not everybody will respond to it the same way. Some folks will thrive with meds, while others might find that lifestyle changes, therapy, or even good old routine building works best. ADHD is a journey and the destination. It looks different for everyone. Life after medication, the real grind now, don't get it twisted. Medication is like getting the keys to the car, but you still gotta learn how to drive it. Emma, Alex, Sarah, and Jack all had to tweak their doses and routines. It's like when you're adjusting the bass in your car stereo, too much and you're rattling windows, too little and you're missing out on the vibe. They had to figure out the right balance. They also had to get real strategic. Pro tip, breaking down tasks into smaller pieces isn't just an ADHD thing, it's a life hack for everybody. You can't climb Mount Everest in one go, so stop acting like you can handle your to-do list in a day. You feel me? Emma started using planners, Sarah set phone reminders, Alex started blocking out time like a boss, and Jack started meditating between games to keep his head clear. Okay, but what if I don't have ADHD and I'm just struggling with focus? Is this advice still for me? Yes. ADHD or not, focus and productivity don't come naturally to everyone. You gotta build habits and structures to help your brain do the work it's supposed to do. The only difference for folks with ADHD, that structure might look a little different, and medication might help fill in the gaps. The takeaway, it's not a cure, it's a tool. Here's the truth, medication isn't a magic wand. You still gotta put in the work. It's like showing up to the gym, the weights aren't gonna lift themselves. But ADHD meds, they can help you actually get to the gym without being distracted by 20 other things along the way. It's not about changing who you are, it's about unlocking who you've always been. You don't have to be stuck in the struggle. You don't have to live in chaos mode. Whether you're an Emma, an Alex, a Sarah, a Jack, or just someone out here trying to figure life out, know that there are tools, strategies, and even medications that can help you level up. And at the end of the day, it's all about finding what works for you. Outro. So, what's your ADHD transformation story? Drop it in the comments. I wanna hear from y'all. And don't sleep on my next video, cause we're about to bust some ADHD myths and misconceptions wide open. Until then, remember, it's not about how fast you move, but how well you steer the ride. Peace. ADHD medication transformation, before and after.